Hello YouTube, this is Alston with the SecurityCameraGuy.com. Be sure to head on over to the SecurityCameraGuy.com for all things home security cameras. I have a number of different blog posts. Of course, you found me on this YouTube channel. Make sure that you like and subscribe. But check out the SecurityCameraGuy.com to learn all things home security cameras. In this video, I'm going to cover 6 ways your security camera can be hacked and how you can stop them. So obviously you don't want someone hacking your home security camera. I'm sure you're thinking, what's the worst that could happen? Usually, in most cases, people are attempting to hack devices like security cameras as a mean or as a way to get into other things. For example, if a criminal can hack your home security camera, they're going to attempt to maybe hack your bank account. They're going to add in like type of spyware or key loggers, password loggers to access other things that are more valuable. The home security camera system itself may not be of great value, but what is of value are the different things that you can do with it. Usually most people use the same password for all of their home security cameras and their let's say their credit card information, their banking account information. Usually it's all the same password or very similar, and so people that are hacking your security camera will attempt to access your other things via the security camera. So let's take a look at the 6 different ways that your security camera can be hacked, and let's see how we can stop them. All right, way number 1 is actually through your computer. Your computer, believe it or not, is probably the easiest way. A lot of people don't lock their computer. They don't have a secure enough password. And if they can actually access your computer, they'll have access to possibly your Wi-Fi, if you have an external hard drive for your security camera, if you have a NAS device, if you have a cloud storage, they'll actually be able to access all of that information through your computer. So you want to make sure that you are setting up a pretty secure username and password. There are actually some laptops and computers out there that use like the fingerprint or maybe even the eye recognition, facial recognition. But you want to make sure that the computer is as secure as possible to prevent a hacker. Now, one of the good news is, or the good things about security cameras in general is most likely people aren't going to directly attack you. They are going to attack maybe via a brand or manufacturer, and then they'll kind of stumble across your security camera's IP address. So it's not like, in most cases, people aren't going to attack you directly. The only caveat to that is if you are famous or you have a high net worth. For the most part, people are just kind of doing it because they can. But way number 1 is your computer. Make sure that you have a very strong username and password. Also, I recommend doing what's called rotating your passwords. That's changing your passwords every 3 to 6 months, just to make sure that if someone does get it, that they don't have the most up-to-date one. So that's number 1. Number 2 is actually through your router. Just like your computer, your router is the hub for everything. Just think about all the things that are connected to the internet via your router, and if you don't have a secure password on your router, people can access it and do harm. One of the things that most people don't realize is that all routers, I would say most routers, have a default username and password, and it's like admin, or user and admin or something very basic and very generic. Most people don't change that username and password, and so they can actually access your whole network just through your router. So you want to make sure that, again, if you just change your router to something other than admin or password, most people, it won't be worth the time to try and hack it. One of the easiest way to get into someone's system is directly through the router. If you look, even if you look online, like Netgear, which is a famous or pretty popular router, they have all of the usernames and passwords listed, and it's done so that people can easily access and configure settings, but it's also easy backdoor. Most of them are all the same, and it's really easy. So change that username and password. People won't see that valuable, and they'll move on to the next one. Another way to hack your security camera, again, is directly through your security camera system and the app. The app that's associated, for example, if you have an Arlo Pro, usually that has an associated app. Basically, people will drive around the neighborhood and they can see what type of camera that you have, and they'll go to the Arlo, they'll download the Arlo they'll connect to your network and just try and answer or log in if possible. There have been some security flaws recently that have been exposed and patched, but people can and will attempt to hack your security camera system directly through the system itself. So one of the keys and one of the things that you hear me say over and over again is just to change your username and password. Make sure that you're keeping it pretty difficult, and rotate them. Don't use common names. Don't use password. Don't use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make it fairly difficult. And difficulty actually changes as time goes on, so I don't want to give you a hard and fast rule, but make it fairly difficult and rotate it frequently. One thing that I've noticed, or that I'm sure that you've seen recently, is major corporations are getting hacked and the databases are being exposed. And criminals realize that customers or people are using pretty much the same password for everything, and they're doing phishing scams or targeting scams, targeting you to try and get more information. If you just look in the news over the last 6 months to a year, you'll see that corporations have been getting hacked pretty frequently. So it's great to make sure you do what's called rotating your passwords. So next is free Wi-Fi. If you've ever gone to a coffee shop or McDonald's or a fast food restaurant, you know that they offer free Wi-Fi. Because it's free, people can log in and put all types of trackers on. You want to make sure that if you are going to access your security camera app or your security camera system in general, that you do not do it with free Wi-Fi. Make sure that you're on your data plan, so that way your data is actually more secure. The worst thing that could happen is that you log into your home security system with a username and password on a free, like let's say Starbucks Wi-Fi. Someone's sitting there monitoring the traffic that's going in and out, called packet sniffing, and they have access to your information. They can see when you're home, they can see when you're not home, they can see your username and password and your family. So make sure that if you plan on accessing your home security camera via an app, that you use your data plan and not the free Wi-Fi. The next way is through your email. And as I just alluded to, major companies are getting hacked almost daily, and they're accessing things like username, passwords, and emails. And it's a great way to send an email out to a customer or a formal customer and say, hey, look, we've been hacked. Click here to change your email and password. When you do that, it's called a phishing scam. When you do that, you click that link, you enter in the information. All of a sudden, they have your up-to-date email and password, username and password, and they can do whatever they want to with it. So make sure that if a company tells you to click a link, I would be very wary of it. I would actually go to that website directly and see if there's more information, possibly call or send an email to a representative, but definitely don't click a link, because we are seeing that company after company is getting hacked. They're not reporting it in a timely manner, and you'll start getting these emails. For example, the credit reporting agency got hacked, and then all of a sudden you started seeing these phishing scams, these emails where people were looking for more information, and then 3 months later we just see that an announcement was made that they were victims of a hacking or a theft, identity theft. So make sure that, again, to fix this is to rotate your passwords. Make sure that you don't click links that take you to websites where you have to enter in usernames and passwords to update your information. Usually that's a scam. Not a hard and fast rule, but just be wary of that. The other way is actually through the manufacturer. Believe it or not, people who work for the manufacturer can have can have an ulterior motive where they can get access to usernames and passwords and resell them on the dark web. To make more money, to make a buck. If people feel undervalued, they will look for different ways to make more money to get the value that they feel that they're owed. And so again, if you just make sure you do basic things like change your password every 3 to 6 months, make the password difficult, maybe even make the password available offline and not online. You can use passwords protection sites like LastPass. They basically they're a secure site where they hold and contain all of your passwords. They actually also suggest difficult passwords. You want to make sure that you are doing these basic things to ensure that your security camera, your Wi-Fi, your wireless network, all of that stuff doesn't get hacked, because hackers are basically looking for more information that they can sell. They're looking for usernames, passwords. They're looking for identification, banking information. all things that they can resell so that they don't get charged or incriminated directly with that. So definitely check out the securitycameraguy.com. If you have any additional questions, leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.